Hi, guys, and welcome down to the men's movement. And today I'm going to share with you 10 things I've learned whilst training over thousands of clients. I've trained thousands of clients for many years, for over 4 decades. I've been doing this since I was helping people. Back then it was called helping people. Now it's a profession called personal training, or it has been a profession for many decades now. And I'd like to share 10 things I've learned whilst training over thousands of clients. And today we're up to number 6. We're up to get that in the screen. Where's my hand? There it is. Number 6. And interestingly, or hopefully, or whatever the words are, coincidentally, there's the word I'm looking for. I love words, love letters. Coincidentally, 6 relative to or represents the 6-pack. Everyone's ranting about this 6-pack. They want to get this 6-pack. And just recently an experience happened I'll share with you in a moment, which sort of wound me forward to where we are now, because I was ranting about this multiple years ago. And you know how I love to use words, and I go to my overhead camera and show you all the Scrabble words. Well, I've got a surprise for you today. I've got a little story for you. Ready for the go? Here we go. Here's the story. So the story is, here it is here. It's a book. It's called Big Fat Lies. It's a fantastic fitness book. It's about the fat loss, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Oh, who's it written by? Hey, there's a great guy. He's a good author. Anyway, I found this book because it was actually behind me up there on the shelf back there, as you've probably seen it multiple times. But I wanted to bring it down because I wanted to share the story of what I wrote back then. I wrote this book in the late 1900s. Over 25 years ago, I wrote this book, and it's still happening today. And so I'd like to share some of the things in this book. And so the chapter of the book back then was sit-ups, a fat lot of good. Because it's a waste of time doing sit-ups. It's an absolute waste of time. And I can't say this enough. It is, look down the screen, it is a waste of time doing sit-ups if you're trying to lose fat around the gut. If you're trying to lose any fat around the gut, it is a waste of time doing sit-ups. It doesn't do a thing. It's a waste of time doing sit-ups to make your back stronger. So let's have a look at, because we don't make your back stronger by doing sit-ups. And I'll share that story in a second, which I promised you right at the beginning. So let's cut to the trace and look at this book. What do I say? Sit-ups are most ineffective exercise if your goal is fat loss. They are most ineffective exercise. Right, fat loss goal number 1, or lie number 1. I don't know if you can see that there. I do sit-ups because I want to lose my gut. Big fat lie. Okay, it's a waste of time doing sit-ups. If you want to lose your gut, you change your food and you change your alcohol intake. Now, anything you put in your mouth I call food. But I've got to remind people when I say anything you put in your mouth is food, and they go, don't touch my alcohol. Don't you question the fact that I'm consuming alcohol. So anything you put in your mouth, including alcohol, big grown-up people out there, you know what I'm talking about. Anything that put in the mouth is food, except obviously water. It's not food. So big loss goal number 1, big fat lie number 1. I do sit-ups to get rid of my fat gut. It is a lie. It's not going to happen. I do sit-ups because I want to get a 6-pack. You've got a 6-pack. Everyone's got a 6-pack. It's sitting under a layer of fat. So you've got a 6-pack. Okay, you're not suddenly going to fall backwards and go, whoa, you know, how unbalanced I am because I haven't got any muscles in my stomach area. So waste of time. You cannot spot reduce. I don't know if you can see. I've sort of highlighted some stuff here from many years of using this book. You cannot spot reduce. You can spot an idiot in the gym, but you can't spot reduce. So please, don't perform sit-ups. In fact, here's a little thing I used to say back then to clients, and I still say it now. Imagine the fattest, usually politicians, the fattest politician with the biggest chin, double chin, triple chin around their neck, all right? And you suggest to them to chew gum all day long. Just chew. Make these muscles stronger around here. Right? Just chew gum all day long, and that'll get rid of the fat around here. And usually clients laugh at me and say, what are you talking about? As if that's going to happen. You're right, it's not going to happen. Right? So why do you do it with your 6-pack? Why do you do it with your stomach? You lay on your back, you eat and consume so much food, you hardly exercise, and the first thing you do when you join a gym is you lay on your back and you do sit-ups. What a waste of time. What a complete and utter waste of time. So please Don't do sit-ups to lose gut, and don't do sit-ups to make your back stronger. And I will share that story in a second. So let's sort of have a look through this book a bit more. What else am I talking about? Your time is valuable. Don't waste your time doing sit-ups. I just said that. What's here? Blah, blah, blah. What did I say here? Here we go. Someone said they were following Jennifer. This is how old this book is. Jennifer Lopez. They were following a program that Jennifer Lopez was doing, and it wasn't yoga. They said, "Do you want to do it? Do you know what it is?" I said, "Oh yeah, I know the exercise they're talking about. It's a fabulous new exercise program. They guarantee results. Unbelievable short time." I said, "It's called marketing. This industry is full of it, guys. So do not fall for the crap. Okay, you want to get real results. So let's talk about the backs. Okay." The backs. So the lady I was referring to, she said to me, I went to the gym, I started working my stomach and got really sore across the stomach. I said, well, why do you go to the gym and do stomach exercise? She goes, I wanted to go there to strengthen my back. I said, well, why don't you just strengthen your back? Why did you waste your time doing stomach exercises to strengthen your back? It's counterproductive. It's like you go to the mechanic and you say, oh, the passenger side of my car, the wheels are really loose and rusty and they're wobbling all over the place. The mechanic says, I know how to fix it. He runs around to the driver's side and tightens up the nuts on the driver's side of the car. And he goes, okay, you're off to go because the driver's side is so much stronger now. If you want to make the left side of your car better, attend to the left side. If you want to make your back stronger by doing exercises for your back. You can't just do stomach exercises. It's superfluous. It's a waste of time. And so everyone thinks you've got to work your stomach to get rid of the fat there. You want to get rid of the fat there, eat less food. Eat less food. In fact, start eating food. Stop consuming food. The moment you stop consuming food and eat your food, I mean really eat your food, and I've talked about that previously. When you eat your when you eat your food with a knife and fork, you'll be eating consciously or mindfully if you want to be trendy, like Jennifer Lopez back there. You want to be trendy because that's the marketing word, the mindfulness. You're eating food as opposed to just merely consuming food. I was updating a website recently, and the lady in front of me, I'll get back to the other lady in a second, the lady in front of me who was doing my website, we're doing a Zoom meeting. She's on the phone with me, computer, just eating. Just about an hour and a half consultation with her, just eating. And then she was telling me how she's having trouble losing weight and stuff because I was doing the website on the men's movement. I didn't comment because it wasn't my sort of turn, I wasn't judging her. I was observing her, and it was interesting to note that people just consume food and then wonder at the end of her work day why she's still hungry. Well, she hasn't eaten dinner yet, has she? She doesn't know she's even eaten. So you've really got to stop the consuming food, and you'll lose fat. You lose fat around your stomach, and therefore you'll expose your six-pack. So do not have to do stomach exercises to expose a six-pack. You want to make your back stronger, train your back. So I said to this lady, why don't you train your back? She goes, I was making my back stronger by training her stomach. I said, well, maybe if you get a stronger back, you'd have a stronger stomach. She goes, that doesn't make sense. I said, well, hang on. You just said you're training your stomach to make your back stronger. That doesn't make any sense. And she sort of stopped doing a sort of train of thought. And interestingly, this lady was from the industry. She was a personal trainer, not anymore, but she understood the body and understood the mechanics of the body, but still thought, like most of you do, and I wrote this book over 25 years ago, people still think it's going to happen. You're going to train your stomach to make your back stronger. It doesn't work. So stomach exercise will get rid of your fat. It says under here, so I've just got, we'll get rid of your fat gut. I quote Warren McDonald. Warren McDonald is a fantastic client. He's a fantastic guy, and he was a client. Sorry, not fantastic client. He is a fantastic guy. And you cannot spot reduce. Remember with that chewing gum example? And Warren discovered that himself. He used to do thousands of stomach exercises after his injury. And it wasn't until he changed his diet, and look at this, it wasn't until Warren was able to increase his overall activity levels he started to get his desired results. It's pretty simple. Why are we making it so complex? It's like saying, I want to go and learn guitar, And so your mum takes you to a piano lesson because you must learn piano first. Don't make it complex. Give them the guitar. You want to make your stomach, you want to make your back stronger? Make your back stronger. Want to lose your gut around your stomach there area? Want to lose the fat around your stomach area? Eat less food. And just on that, the body loves fat. Just shut that out because that's another chapter there. So it wasn't a big chapter because I was hoping people would get it because it didn't need much. But the sad thing is, it's when you eat food, you put on weight around your gut, and the body loves storing fat. We are a fat storing machine. We haven't advanced since multiple millions of years ago, or not actually, we weren't millions, thousands of years ago when we were born, as in the race of a human being. We are a fat storing machine. What happens is, to procreate, the man procreates with the female, and then if there's a famine, for gestation to take place, the progestation, that's why girls have progesterone, if there's a famine, they can store fat, and they've got fat reserves to keep the baby alive, and then the baby will be born alive, and then keep our generation going, our race going. And during the famine, guys haven't got as well fat storing machines, so the guys will therefore lose weight and possibly die in the famine. That's it. That's the human race. We're complicating it. But now we think, well, we're trying to lose fat, but we can't lose fat. It's very hard to lose fat around your stomach because the body wants to store fat. And the way to do it, if you want moderate results around the stomach, you can do moderate things. If you want radical results around the stomach and really fight to get that six-pack, I've trained clients to get that six-pack. I've trained models to do photo shoots. I've trained jockeys to lose, 2 or 3K today to get on that horse. You can do it, but it's not moderate. It's not moderate exercise. It's radical and it's unhealthy. The people who do it for the photo shoot do it for a very minute time. I've trained people who win Miss Australia competitions, and the moment the judging's over, they're having 3 or 4 family-sized pizzas. It is not healthy. It's not a healthy sport to be that low in a skin fold and to reveal your six-pack. Okay, it can be done. It's a radical thing, but you've got to eat less and less food. It's not about the exercise, guys. So just on that, imagine you've got an old beaten-up ute. Exercise will make that ute nice and shiny. It'll make it nice and shiny. It'll make the face glow. Exercise is great. It'll make the muscles feel stronger. The body, the ute will feel stronger. It'll drive better, but it's still shaped like a ute. Okay? Now, if you diet, you can change the shape of the ute and make it look like a Porsche. So the shape changes, right? But if you don't exercise, it's a dirty, not well-run Porsche. But if you exercise and eat better, you'll change the shape of the Porsche to a Porsche and also have a shiny, glossy, well-run Porsche. So you can get there, but it takes a lot of work to get there, but you have to change your food. And if you do sit-ups, it will not fast-track your way. And if you do sit-ups, it will not make your back stronger. You want to make your back stronger, train your back. If you want to do sit-ups, by all means, knock yourself out. I've got a video out there on how the best way to do sit-ups and how a wrong way to do sit-ups, and please watch that video because a lot of people do sit-ups and they actually damage their stomach. And if you think about it, all these obliques and stuff, let's imagine you are a female of the species and you want a thinner stomach. You're making these muscles bigger around the midsection. You're making them squarer look. Those oblique muscles are not going to be obliques anymore. They're going to be flatter and more square because you're making them bigger and bigger. So be mindful of that. The more you work a muscle group, the more it will get bigger. So a lot of females do not want that six-pack to get bigger. They want to expose the six-pack, and that's by changing your food. But be very careful when you change your food because if you change it too much and radical, it can end up in results which probably you won't want. You want it to be healthy, strong, fit, but healthy. Underline healthy, guys. And keep on doing it. And thank you for thank you for hanging around and listening to 6 things, or number 6 of 10 things I've learned training thousands of clients. I'll just check through my running list to see if I've got them all. So I've got six-pack crap, I've got chewing gum, and that's it. That's all the stuff I wanted to talk about today. Did I finish the story with that lady? I did finish the story with the lady because sometimes I all over the place. But thanks for joining us here on the Men's Movement. We look forward to seeing you next time for number 7 of 10 things I've learned training thousands of clients. Thanks so much for joining us here, and check out all the other videos if you'd like to. Cheers, guys. Take care.
You've been listening to the Men's Movement. Look forward to seeing less of you next time.